Hello, my friends. This is your happy stamper lady, Rachel Markin, helping the creative you shine through. Welcome to another Headed Toward the Holidays for November. We are going to be doing Christmas gnomes today. Super magical. So let's take a look at my Facebook page real quick. On here, I always show you pictures and up close things of all the things that I have created, and I try to just be a little more one-on-one. Thank you for those who have subscribed to me on YouTube. Please continue to do so. And go ahead and take a little sneak peek and come on over to my Facebook page. This is my demonstrator page. And on here, you can order at any time. And of course, if you have any questions or want to know how to order or what to order, you can talk to me, your happy stamper lady. Hi, my friends. So, Christmas. Last week, I hope you caught my Thanksgiving gnomes. We're going to use the gnomes again, but we're going to totally Christmas them up today. And so I wanted to remind you of this catalog. This catalog will be gone in December. There is so many great things in here, you guys. You do not want to miss all of the fun things that we have going on. I am basically using the same things I used last week, but I'm introducing Heartwarming Hugs DSP. And we're going to be doing the Quite Curvy set again, which you can order right now. Magic Box! So, I will go over that DSP here momentarily with you. So if you have noticed, I've kind of been on a theme with gift giving, obviously. So last week with Thanksgiving, I hope that you go back and check that out. I showed you how to make a tablescape and a card. So I always like to do a matching card, tablescape. This week, we're going to do a card and a gift box. Super excited to show you those things. So I'm pulling out all of the goodies from the magic box, and we will go over all of those goodies with you. We're going to go back and review a couple things I've already introduced to you before, but I want to show you a different way to use them. I love to show you how you can stretch your money, right? Magic box empty. Oh, not empty. My bone folder was tricky and sticking down in there. Okay. This is the Quite Curvy set. I don't want you to miss out on this. This is going to come out in the new January catalog. Super excited. Watch for some stuff in December because I'm going to show you some new things coming out. And if you can't wait, join my Happy Stamper Lady team and you can get your stuff right now. So exciting. Okay, but this is offered to you guys right now that you can order. You can get it as a bundle where you have the die cuts and the stamps, or you can order them separately. This is a really great set. A lot of people thought spring when you see it, but I used it for fall last week if you catch my video, and for Christmas this week. You are going to love it. Such a great set. Of course, we're revisiting our gnome for the holidays, and the dies that we are using are the Celebration dies once again. So if you look up there, the big top, the biggest die we're going to make, the top box of our top of our box. Sorry, couldn't get that out there. So I used all various dies of those. I didn't want you to miss out on that. And then, of course, the gnome set. So super fun. I want to really quickly introduce you to the DSP. I've not used this DSP yet. This is called Heartwarming Hugs. Really pretty. Very basic red and greens, but I think they did a fabulous job with the different pieces that they offer. I love stripes. The houndstooth's pretty too, isn't it? I like that. This is a really cool piece here with more stripes. Love it. Love this piece. Super cute. More stripes. And then this piece. Okay, now this is Love It Chop It style. I have a So Now What Love It Chop It video. It's Kylie Bertucci. I did not come up with that. Thank you, Kylie. But I pretty much do all my DSP unless I for sure know that I am like going to do a special bag or something like that. But that's how I do my DSP. And so go check that out because then you'll know how to do Love It, Chop It, and have your DSP ready. Okay, for our card today, I am using pre-cut cardstock and envelopes. It is called it's Memories and More is actually what it is, card base. But if you wanted to make it yourself and you didn't have these, the card is 8.5 this way, 6 1/4 this way, scored at 4 1/4. Now, most of the time when people do their cards, they do it like this. I am going to flip that inside out, excuse me, and I'm going to do my card like this because I want to create a scene for you today, which is super, super fun. So we're going to start with our stamping because we're going to create a scene. Now, if you caught my video last week, you saw that I created a small scene. This is a little more intense. This is a little bit of a bigger scene. Super, super fun. And it actually uses both plates. This definitely shows off the Stamparatus to its glory for certain. Now, one thing that you can do is go ahead and put down your strip here because it shows you where those little gnomes are going to sit when you create your scene. Now, I already created the scene, but I'm going to do it again for you so you can see it. But when I did it and made my cards, I made a whole grouping of cards. You get 20 cards, 20 envelopes in that Memories and More set. And so what I did is I created the scene and then I literally just kept going over and over and over and making my cards in my assembly line style because my scene was created and I did not have to redo it, which is brilliant. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and recreate the scene for you here today so you can see what I do. So when I was doing that, if I was going to do it assembly line, which I did, I would measure it. So I know that my card sits at the 6-inch line. And then every single time I put my card down, where would I put it? At that 6-inch line. It is really a brilliant, brilliant way to use your Stamparatus and get the most out of your Stamparatus. So I talk about that all the time. You know, I'm always wanting to do something where I'm getting the most out of my time too. Rarely ever, I'm not saying I never do, but rarely ever do I actually create just one card. I like to create cards in multiples just because I feel like I have a good time with that. And I'm like, oh, look at all the cards I created. And I just feel like I get a lot out of my time. I like to send cards though. So I do want to create quite a few cards at one time. Okay, so all I'm doing, because I had used it earlier, just want to make sure it's nice and clean before I lay it on my paper. I am literally going to create a scene. So excuse my head as I'm just kind of looking down here at where I want my things to sit. So this is the gnomes. They're in their little forest, right? Getting ready for Christmas. And that is what we're doing. We are putting them all together at once. I wanted to show you this because I think it's really cool. And I think sometimes we don't realize that. We think we have to stamp everything separately, which can get a little overwhelming, to be honest, and then you might not feel like you would want to do that. Well, here you go. You've created a scene. Now, this works the best, in my opinion, if you're going to stamp with the same stamp pad. I think it's trickier if you were going to do different colors. But since I'm stamping all of this in black, because I'm going to be coloring in, it works perfectly. So I have colored it all in black, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to put it on my card, and voila. Oh my gosh, is that not amazing? We've created a scene. Now I have another plate over here. The Stamparatus comes with 2 plates. So this is the brilliance of 2 plates. Okay, so I have my other plate over here. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to clean it because I had used it previously. I just want to make sure I don't get anything on it. I make sure I got all the stamp off. This is from the Quite Curvy set. I'm going to come over here. Now I'm going to go ahead and move my magnet down here. And I want those leaves are literally going to come like around there. Okay, and a little bird because why not? They're cute. The birds are adorable. And the bird is going to look like he is, excuse my hat again, sitting on the gnome's hat. Is that not brilliant? Okay, now you have another plate. And the reason I did another plate, quite simply, is because when I was doing assembly line, I would do one side, then do the other, one side, then do the other. And I didn't have to clean anything off because I'm using that black stamp pad the whole time, so no cleaning until I was done, right? That's brilliant. Okay, and so then when I laid that down, voila, I have created this scene. Now, I don't feel like my bird is dark enough. That's the beauty. As you know, I say this all the time, because your paper is not moving, the brilliance of that is you can literally go back and you can stamp that again. No issues. Darker, beautiful, exactly what I wanted it to be. And you have created your Christmas card. Then I literally, while I was with my friends, I created 20 Christmas cards and I just did them one right after the other in a row. Super, super brilliant. Okay, I'm just going to do the one today. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And then I'm going to show you what I would do next, okay? So once I've created this scene, then I would go inside, okay? And it says the inside card piece, this red piece, is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. This is a twofold reason that I do this. One, I do this inside because I'm coloring on this, and so when it bleeds through, I don't want that to show, and so that covers it, and it looks really, really nice. And then I went back and I stamped my gnome and this little guy the same way I just showed you the scene, and I did it for all the insides of my cards. Okay, so that's the inside of your card. And then I took a strip of DSP that is 4 inches by 1 1/2, and I put it inside. And I'm going to show you that in another card. So I just kind of want to show you the process. Okay, so now I have my strip inside. I've stamped inside. I did do a little bird. I thought he was cute inside. And then I start the coloring process. Now, my friend Shauna, she did these too, and so you can color as little or as much as you want. Like you could leave it that way and color it that way and it would be super fine. Or I'm going to show you it fully colored. The other thing I did on the outside is I took the words from the gnome stamp set. They're a little Christmas wish. I hand cut them and then I glued them on a red piece of paper and I hand cut it again. And that little Christmas wish looks perfect right there. That's adorable. You could leave it like that, or you know me, you could go even more, which is what I did, and I ended up coloring it all in, okay? And I used my blender pens and I colored the pearls and I added little pearls into my greenery just for that little extra touch. So then this is what you've got. You've got this on the outside. This is your card. And this on the inside, and then you have plenty of room to write because that red is going to show up to write. Okay, that's your Christmas card. Uber cute, right? Super, super cute. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side, and then we're going to talk about creating a Christmas box, okay? So, let's pull this aside over here. So for your box, first of all, I'll tell you that I went on YouTube and I put in Celebration Die gift bags or gift boxes, and I had tons and tons and tons of things pop up. And so that's all I did to find this, but I'm giving you all the information of how you can make some for yourself. So you start out with a piece of cardstock. I would not recommend doing DSP for the box. I just don't feel like it is sturdy enough. I think you need cardstock. So your cardstock starts out at 8 inches this way, 6 3/8 this way, and then you literally score it at 2 inches all around, okay? 2 inches all around, all right? And I burnish it. And then I've already decorated some of this because it can take, I mean, I just didn't want you to have to watch me do it on the video, all of that. I take my scissors and I cut up on the long side to the score mark, okay, so that I get these flaps. That's what you're looking for, all right? So cut up to those score marks. Excuse me. Now, I already laid my tear and tape down because you know I like my tear and tape to stay, and I burnished it, and I really want it to stay nice and tight on this box. So as you can see, I decorate while it is flat, except for this inside piece we're going to decorate together. The reason being because when it's flat like this, it fits perfectly and you can just lay it down and go. So if you look up there, I gave you the box base, and then on my notebook, I tell you that you have one strip of DSP. That's this piece in the middle. That is 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. That is the inside of the box, so be very aware of that. The tear and tape is on the outside of the box that you decorated. This is going to literally be the inside of the box when you look inside. So that piece, then this is one of the dies, and then a little Christmas wish, because my idea was that you would make a matching gift box with your matching Christmas card, and that would be your gift together. And then your two of your smaller pieces, 2 3/8 by 2 inches on the inside and on the outside, and 2 of the strips, 3 7/8 by 2 inches on the outside. Now, I have 2 more strips, and we're going to put those on after we lift our tear and tape, and I'll show you why. Okay, so for the tear and tape, once I've burnished it and I've made sure that it is sitting down tight on my box, which is important, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull off that covering for the tear and tape. That's all that it is, just to keep it, you know, keep it from sticking to everything. So one thing that you need to know if you haven't used tear and tape, it's brilliant for boxes, it's brilliant for putting things together, but it sticks. So once you're done, you're done. Like, there's no grace. There's no forgiveness, like, once you go stick it down. Now, here's how I did it. I pull my 2 sides up of the box, and I pull that outside piece up toward myself and then press down. And then I do the same thing over here. I put my sides down and make sure they're down flat. The no grace. I might be able to get, okay, I got it off. It's not grace filled. The tape is not grace filled. So you got to be real careful when you're putting it down. And then you slide it down like that. Okay, now you have your box. Now, if you notice, it did go a little, I'm going to try. Nope, there's no grace. So here's the deal. Sometimes happy accidents happen. I'm literally going to just cut that off. You're never going to know that it wasn't quite even. It's going to fit on there just fine. But there you go. So you see the inside of your box. You got the sides there. But the reason I didn't put the other pieces is because you want those flaps down. Now, I can do that. So I'm going to take my glue, and so the other 2 pieces, because it was 4 strips of 3 7/8 by 2 inches, 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside. So I'm going to just lay it. I'm going to kind of look down in there and lay it down. And there you go. And you got the inside of your box all done. Okay. Now let's talk about the top of the box. So the top of the box is the biggest die that I showed you in the Celebration Dies. Okay, so you literally cut out the die, and then you score it 1 inch all the way around. Okay, and we're going to burnish that too, of course. We always want to burnish, especially when you're doing boxes and stuff, just because it makes it so nice and crisp. And that's really what you're going for. You want it to feel like this really professional, but it's really nicely put together and it looks really nice. Okay, again, on the outside, on the little tabs, so on the tabs, I cut up to the score line again, so you have these little flaps. Do you see that? little flaps. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to pull off that tear and tape, okay? And then we're going to put those down, and then we're going to create the top of our box. This is a really cute box that was actually really simple to make. Now, the other thing is, okay, I did paper. You could stamp on the box. You don't have to cut out all that paper. You could make the box all red and just stamp little things on it if you didn't want to color it in, or stamp multicolored items on there, and you wouldn't have to use paper. So this is you finding your own voice for what works for you, and you're like, oh, well, I really like that idea. So you just do what works for you, right? Find your voice. Okay, so all I'm doing literally is I'm pushing that tab in, and I am meeting up the seam. And then I'm really, kind of just reinforcing it, pushing it down with my hand. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to lift it up, and I am coming down and reinforcing that seam. Very simple, and reinforcing that seam. And look at this adorable box lid you have. Ridiculous, so cute. Okay, and then it's going to sit over top of the box like so. Are you kidding me? Look how cute that is. Okay, now for the top of the box, what I thought was really cute was another one of the dies, of course, right? So we do the die again. So I'm going to glue this die down. And then another, look how cute that is. And then I took another size of the Celebration dies, and I stamped the Holly Jolly Everything, which I thought was really cute on there. Right? And then to add the little extras, I cut out gnomes. Now, I'm going to say to you what I always say to you. If you don't want to cut them out, you could not do dies. You could just have squares. So you could have a square with paper and a white square with the gnome already stamped on it. And then you wouldn't have to hand cut out your gnomes. So it's whatever you enjoy. It's whatever, look you're going for, is whatever makes you happy. That's really what it is. So I colored most of my little gnome, but I wanted to color in the rest of his little hat. I thought was really cute. And we'll color in the ornament and finish off his socks. He is the cutest little guy. Then I popped him up with dimensionals, because I thought you needed just a little bit of dimensionals on the box. I didn't want it to sit up too high, but I thought that that would work on the box. I thought that was really cute. So we're just going to add that little extra. This is just all the little extra things that you can do that make it fun. But, you're making Christmas gifts. You kind of want to, do something special. I just think gifts handmade are just so full of love. It just makes me so happy. And then, are you kidding me? Okay, and then the very last thing that I want to do, because he's just cute, I think that he needs another little bird. So we're going to color in a little birdie so that he can go on the top of the box with him. This quite curvy kit, which remember, you can get right now in the month of November, you can go ahead and pick it up right now. I think it's adorable, and I really think it has a lot of versatility. I will revisit it, I promise you, for springtime. I think I got an idea to bring it back for the spring, but I think it looks so good with this Christmas set too, and it was brilliant in the fall set for the thing. I hope you go back and check out my Thanksgiving gnomes. So cute those little gnomes are. Okay, and then the bird. What? So cute. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bird for the others and show you the other two boxes, because I made 2 more boxes, because each gnome had to have a box, right? Everybody had to have a box. And then we'll bring that Christmas card back out so you can see the Christmas card, because my idea is always themes. I think you caught on by now, right, that I love to do the themes. But by doing the themes, I think that you do a Christmas present present with the theme. So your card and your little box have to match, right? That's important. Isn't that important? It is to me. Even if it isn't to anybody else, I find joy in it. So I would love to hear in your comments if you make Christmas cards, if you enjoy making Christmas gifts, or if there are certain things that you love to do. I love to hear about that. I'd love to see it. If you end up making cards, on my Facebook page is a great place to share some things you're making. I love to get ideas from other people. I love to see what other people create. It's the best. Okay, so we got our little girl. Got to bring our little girl out. And she will get a bird. We'll put a little bird on her box. Because yes, why not? And we got the other little gnomes. You have to see all the gnomes. Are they not the best? So I just used the Heartwarming Hugs paper, just different pieces of paper, inside and outside the box. I mean, they're all the same, but you can see like the sides are different. Like I used different paper on the sides. Super, super fun. Okay, let's give him his little friend. And then I wanted to test out my theory. I have a couple of Reese cup, I'll leave those there so you can see all of them. Reese cup trees. So I wanted to see how many fit in there of the little trees. I thought that that would be super, super fun. So let's see. How many did I have over here? 1, 2, 3, 4 Reese cup trees. Boom. In there. Look how cute these boxes are, you guys. So fun and really simple. They're really simple to make. And then I'll bring it back out here so you see the whole thing together. And your matching Christmas card. That is a fabulous gift that anybody's going to love to get. And of course, you know, you could put jewelry in that box or just let your imagination run wild. Whatever you decided you wanted to have in that box would be perfect. A great little Christmas gift for your friends. Tea. I'm a tea drinker, so I could totally put tea in there. Hot chocolate would be good. See my brain like, woo, what kind of gifts can I give? Okay, so there you go. You know what I forgot? I'm looking at it right here. I forgot a little jewel because I did jewels on my card. So I'm always thinking that you should have a jewel. Of course I am. Of course I am, right? I'm always saying more glitter. More glitter. Oh yeah, I like that. I like the little Bali on there. So I'll end up adding a jewel to those too. And then when I take the pictures, you'll see them all together and I'll open the boxes too inside there. So watch for that this week on my Facebook. Okay, my friends, let's go to the front screen. All right, so super exciting as we continue to head toward the holidays. I hope you go back and check out the other ideas for Christmas cards, Thanksgiving table settings. This week, Christmas cards with a matching box. How fun is that? And then next week, yes, already next week is out of the box, paper pumpkin, and it is gingerbread, which I'm super, super excited to show you because we make gingerbread houses every year. So I'll be talking a little bit more about that tradition and want to hear more about your traditions as well. So what am I going to tell you to do? Go and make the world a better place, my friends. And until I see you next week and out of the box, I bid you adieu.